why do we need to put back our hormones? Because menopause is a death sentence. Why do I say that? That's a very strong statement, and I say that because it is a death sentence. What's the #1 killer of women over 50 in menopause, or women that are in surgical menopause? Stroke and heart attack. #1 side effect of fake hormones? Stroke and heart attack. And they tagged on breast cancer. Wow. You mean we're supposed to take hormones in order to prevent osteoporosis, to prevent stroke, to prevent heart attack, to prevent the onset of like Alzheimer's or senile dementia, which is our brain going? That's one of the and maintain our bones and our body and our blood vessels and our heart. That's why we take the hormones. But after 30 years of using fake hormones, they found that the fake hormones are causing more problems than they're helping. Initially, when they came out, they claimed it was going to prevent stroke and heart attack. It was going to prevent osteoporosis. It was going to prevent and put off Alzheimer's. None of that came true. Fake hormones do not even maintain the bone that you have. And they found that more women were breaking their hips with the hormones, and more women were having strokes. There were more heart attacks with fake hormones than there were without it. And that's why they had to, the Women's Health Initiative had to stop the study prematurely, because more women were dying on the fake hormones than without the fake hormones. They had to stop that study prematurely. How sad. So, why do you need your hormones? If you want to feel good, if you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, because without your hormones, your metabolism drops. If your metabolism drops, your immune system's going to drop. So all these diseases come in. It's a well-known fact, published in New England Journal of Medicine, Johns Hopkins study, I believe it was 1994, stated that there is a definitive correlation between low progesterone and a higher incidence of breast cancer. That low progesterone levels are, in and of themselves, a risk for breast cancer. Low progesterone, it's a risk for osteoporosis. And so what is progesterone? Progesterone is made by the ovaries, along with testosterone. Ovarian function naturally declines at 35. And if you've had your tubes tied or you've had a hysterectomy, that decline is going to happen a lot sooner. So without your progesterone, you suffer from many things. You suffer from bone loss, because progesterone is the #1 builder of bone. Estrogen prevents bone loss. That's made primarily by the uterus. But when you lose your progesterone early, starting at 35, you're going to start losing bone early. And low progesterone will not only affect your bone, but it'll affect your mood. And we know progesterone affects your mood because what is PMS? PMS is the natural dip in progesterone just before we menstruate. So that's why low progesterone affects the whole body in PMS symptoms. What is postpartum depression? It's not really depression, it's the progesterone crash after we deliver the baby. We go from having the highest progesterone level in our whole life when we're pregnant, deliver the baby, and crash. The progesterone levels crashes. And the woman's sensitivity to that crash will determine her reaction. And that's where medicine and science doesn't recognize a woman's sensitivity to the hormones. If you give me 100 women that have just delivered a baby, and I measure their progesterone level in the blood, and they've all got the identical progesterone level, but then you talk to those 100 women, how come some of them are okay, some of them have a little bit of the baby blues, some of them are crying their eyes out, and some of them are going psychotic and want to drive the kids into the lake? How can that be? They all have the same progesterone blood level. Well, guess what? They have a sensitivity. Every woman's sensitivity and every woman's need is different. And science wants to just look at a blood level to determine her hormone need. Sorry, can't do it. That's why those 100 women with the exact same progesterone level, they all didn't act the same. So that's why we've got to treat women as an individual, and one dose does not take care of all women.